Have you ever walked through Dollar Tree and completely overlooked items that could turn your ordinary backyard into something that looks straight out of a magazine? The truth is, you don't need expensive garden decor or fancy landscaping to create a beautiful outdoor space. With just a few inexpensive Dollar Tree finds, a little creativity, and some simple DIY tricks, you can build stunning decorations that look far more expensive than they really are. Today, we're counting down 20 incredible Dollar Tree garden DIY projects that are easy to make, fun to customize, and guaranteed to impress your family and neighbors. Let's get started with one of the easiest projects that instantly makes any garden feel warm and inviting. Number 1. Rustic Solar Mason Jar Lantern. Few things make a garden feel more relaxing than soft lighting after sunset. Instead of spending $30 or more on decorative lanterns, you can build your own for just a few dollars. All you need is a Dollar Tree mason jar, a solar pathway light, decorative glass gems, and some natural jute twine. Remove the stake from the solar light, keeping only the light cap. Fill the mason jar about 3/4 full with glass gems. The gems don't just look beautiful, they bounce and scatter the light, making the lantern appear much brighter than expected. Place the solar light into the top of the jar, making sure it fits securely. Finish everything by wrapping jute twine around the neck of the jar for a rustic farmhouse appearance. During the day, the solar panel quietly charges itself. As darkness falls, the jar begins glowing automatically, producing a warm, sparkling light that's perfect for pathways, flower beds, patios, or outdoor dining areas. It's simple, inexpensive, and looks surprisingly elegant for something made almost entirely from Dollar Tree supplies. Number 2. Glowing Hanging Flower Basket. A beautiful hanging basket already catches the eye during the day, but imagine it softly glowing every evening without using a single extension cord. That's exactly what this Dollar Tree project delivers. You'll need a wire hanging basket, a coconut liner, trailing flowers such as petunias or ivy, and one Dollar Tree solar garden light. Start by lining the basket with the coconut fiber insert, then fill it with quality potting mix and plant your flowers. Choose varieties that naturally spill over the edges to create a lush, cascading effect as they grow. Now comes the clever part. Remove the stake from the solar light and attach only the light head to the basket's hanging chain using zip ties or floral wire. Position it so the solar panel faces upward, allowing it to receive plenty of sunlight throughout the day. When evening arrives, the flowers become softly illuminated from above, creating an almost magical floating display. The gentle glow highlights the leaves and blooms, making the basket look far more expensive than anything you'd normally find at a garden center. For even greater impact, hang several baskets at different heights along a porch, pergola, or garden path. The layered lighting creates depth and transforms an ordinary outdoor space into something that feels straight out of a boutique landscape design. It's one of those projects people will assume cost a fortune, until you tell them almost everything came from Dollar Tree. Number 3. Rope-wrapped herb planters. Fresh herbs always make a patio feel more alive, but plain plastic pots can make even the healthiest plants look cheap. With one simple Dollar Tree upgrade, you can give them a handcrafted farmhouse look in less than 15 minutes. You'll need a plastic planter, nautical rope, hot glue, and a few Dollar Tree chalkboard tags. Start by applying a small bead of hot glue around the bottom edge of the planter. Press the end of the rope firmly into place, then slowly wrap it around the pot, adding glue every few inches to keep everything tight and secure. You can wrap the entire planter for a classic rustic appearance, or stop halfway up to create a modern two-tone design that pairs beautifully with almost any outdoor decor. Once the rope is finished, attach a small chalkboard tag using twine. Label each pot with the name of the herb inside: basil, rosemary, thyme, mint, oregano, or whatever you're growing. The reusable tags make it easy to switch plants whenever the season changes. Arrange several finished planters together on a wooden shelf, outdoor table, or kitchen windowsill. Instead of looking like inexpensive plastic containers, they instantly resemble boutique herb pots you'd expect to find in an upscale garden center. Even better, because every planter costs only a few dollars to make, you can create an entire matching herb collection without spending the price of a single designer planter. Number 4. Designer Mosaic Planters. Why spend $40 or $50 on decorative ceramic planters when you can create the same upscale look with a few Dollar Tree supplies? For this makeover, all you need is a basic plastic flower pot, adhesive backsplash tiles, scissors, and a little patience. Before you begin, wipe the planter clean so the adhesive sticks properly. Measure the height of the pot, then trim the peel and stick tiles into strips that fit neatly around the sides. As you wrap the tiles around the planter, press each section firmly to eliminate bubbles and create clean seams. Metallic finishes, mirrored mosaics, or textured stone patterns all work beautifully and instantly give the planter a luxury appearance. You don't even have to cover the entire pot. A decorative band around the center or top can create a modern designer look while using fewer materials. Once finished, fill the planter with colorful annuals, ornamental grasses, lavender, or lush ferns. As sunlight reflects off the tiny mosaic pieces throughout the day, the planter catches the eye from every angle, adding sparkle and elegance to your patio or garden. For an even more dramatic effect, make 3 planters in different sizes using matching tile patterns. Group them together near your front entrance or on a deck, and they instantly become a professional-looking focal point that few people would ever guess started as inexpensive Dollar Tree plastic pots. Sometimes it's not the plant that transforms a garden, it's the container surrounding it. Number 5. Rustic Garden Quote Signs. Every memorable garden has something that reflects the gardener's personality. One of the easiest ways to add that personal touch is with handmade wooden signs, and Dollar Tree wooden crates make the perfect starting point. Pick up 1 or 2 small wooden crates and carefully separate the slats using a flat screwdriver or a small pry bar. Work slowly to avoid cracking the wood, since you'll be turning these pieces into miniature pallet signs. Lay 3 or 4 slats side by side and secure them together from the back with 2 shorter wood strips using wood glue or a staple gun. In just a few minutes, you'll have a sturdy rustic sign ready to decorate. Paint the front with your favorite outdoor color or leave the wood natural for a weathered farmhouse appearance. You can also apply chalkboard paint if you'd like to change the message throughout the year. Now comes the fun part. Write inspiring garden sayings like, "Bloom. Where you're planted, life begins in the garden. Welcome to my happy place. Gardeners grow happiness. Every flower starts as a seed." Finish by lightly distressing the edges with sandpaper to give the sign an authentic aged look. Lean it against a planter, hang it from a fence with jute twine, or mount it on a shepherd's hook among your flowers. It instantly adds warmth, character, and a handcrafted feel that makes the entire garden look more inviting. The best part is that every sign can be completely different, allowing you to create a collection that tells your own gardening story instead of buying mass-produced decorations that everyone else already has. Number 6. Reusable chalkboard garden markers. If you've ever forgotten which seedlings you planted, you're definitely not alone. Tomatoes start looking like peppers, herbs blend together, and before long, you're guessing instead of gardening. This simple Dollar Tree project solves that problem while making your garden look even more organized. You'll need mini chalkboards, wooden craft sticks or garden stakes, a hot glue gun, and either regular chalk or a chalk marker. Begin by attaching each chalkboard securely to the top of a wooden stake with hot glue. Hold it in place for a few seconds until the glue sets completely. Once cooled, write the name of each plant using a chalk marker for crisp, easy-to-read lettering. Label everything, from tomatoes and cucumbers to basil, parsley, dill, peppers, and flowers. The small signs instantly give your raised beds, containers, or herb garden a neat, professional appearance. But here's what makes these markers even better than plastic labels. When one growing season ends, simply wipe the chalkboard clean and write a new plant name. There's no need to throw anything away or buy replacements every spring. They're completely reusable year after year. For an extra decorative touch, paint the wooden stakes white, black, or natural green before attaching the chalkboards. You can even add small painted leaves, flowers, or tiny vegetable illustrations to match each crop. Arrange the finished markers throughout your garden, and visitors will immediately notice how polished and thoughtfully designed everything looks. It's a tiny detail that makes a surprisingly big difference. Sometimes, the simplest DIY projects are the ones that make your entire garden feel more organized, more welcoming, and much more enjoyable to care for. Number 7. Whimsical Rain Boot Planter. Before you throw away an old pair of children's rain boots, consider giving them a second life in your garden. With just a few Dollar Tree supplies, you can turn something destined for the trash into a colorful conversation piece that instantly brings personality to your outdoor space. Start by choosing a clean rubber boot in a bright color. Drill or punch several small drainage holes in the bottom so excess water can escape after rain or watering. Add a thin layer of pebbles or small rocks to improve drainage, then fill the boot with quality potting mix. Now it's time to get creative. Plant colorful flowers like calabrachoa, petunias, alyssum, or lobelia, plants that naturally spill over the edge and create the illusion that flowers are overflowing from the boot. If you prefer something lower maintenance, fill it with colorful Dollar Tree faux flowers that stay vibrant all year long. Wrap a strand of jute twine or a decorative ribbon around the top of the boot for a charming finishing touch. You can even attach a small wooden tag with phrases like welcome, bloom, or grow happy. Place the finished planter beside your front porch, along a garden pathway, or beneath a flowering tree where visitors can easily spot it. The unexpected design immediately draws attention and adds a playful storybook feel to the landscape. For even greater visual impact, use 2 boots filled with different flower colors and place them together as a matching pair. They create a cheerful focal point that feels unique, handcrafted, and full of character. It's proof that some of the most memorable garden decorations aren't expensive, they're simply creative. Number 8. Toy Dump Truck Succulent Garden. Instead of throwing away an old toy dump truck, turn it into one of the most eye-catching planters in your entire garden. It's playful, creative, and guaranteed to make visitors stop for a closer look. Choose a plastic or metal toy dump truck that's large enough to hold a few small plants. Wash it thoroughly, then drill several drainage holes in the bottom of the truck bed if you plan to use live plants outdoors. Add a thin layer of gravel for drainage before filling the truck with a well-draining succulent mix. Now comes the fun part. Plant a variety of succulents with different colors, shapes, and textures. Combine rosette-shaped echeverias, trailing string of pearls, hardy hens and chicks, or colorful sedums to create the appearance of a miniature living landscape. To make the display even more charming, scatter a few decorative pebbles around the plants and place a tiny Dollar Tree garden gnome, miniature mushrooms, or a small wooden sign in the cargo bed. It instantly transforms the truck into a tiny construction site where nature has taken over. Position the finished planter on your porch steps, beside a flower bed, or near your vegetable garden. You can even tilt the dump bed slightly upward to create the illusion that the truck is unloading a cascade of succulents onto the ground. Because succulents require very little maintenance, this project stays attractive for months with minimal watering. Even during hot summer weather, it continues looking fresh while adding a unique focal point that children and adults alike can't resist admiring. Sometimes the best garden decor isn't bought from a store. It's created by giving forgotten objects an entirely new purpose. Number 9. Hand-painted decorative birdhouses. A colorful birdhouse doesn't just brighten your garden, it also invites nature to become part of your outdoor space. With a few unfinished wooden birdhouses from Dollar Tree, you can create decorations that are both beautiful and functional. Start by lightly sanding the wooden birdhouse to remove any rough edges, then paint it with weather-resistant outdoor paint. You can choose cheerful colors like sunflower yellow, robin's egg blue, sage green, or classic white, depending on the style of your garden. Once the base coat dries, it's time to make each birdhouse unique. Add hand-painted flowers, climbing vines, tiny butterflies, or ladybugs around the entrance. Glue on decorative beads, wooden shapes, or miniature trim to give the house extra character. Finish with a coat of clear outdoor sealer to protect it from rain and sunlight. If you want to personalize the project, paint each birdhouse with a different seasonal theme. One can celebrate spring blooms, another summer sunflowers, another colorful autumn leaves, and another snowy winter scenes. Together, they create a charming collection that changes the mood of your garden all year long. Hang the finished birdhouses from tree branches, shepherd's hooks, pergolas, or fence posts where they're visible but protected from harsh afternoon sun. Even if birds don't immediately move in, the colorful houses become beautiful focal points that add warmth and personality throughout the landscape. Over time, you may even attract wrens, chickadees, or other small songbirds looking for a safe nesting place, bringing even more life, movement, and natural beauty into your backyard. It's a simple Dollar Tree project that not only decorates your garden, but helps create a welcoming home for wildlife as well. Number 10. DIY bee hotel for a pollinator-friendly garden. One of the easiest ways to help your garden thrive is by attracting more pollinators. While honeybees get most of the attention, solitary bees are some of the hardest working pollinators in nature, and they don't need large hives. With a few inexpensive Dollar Tree supplies, you can build them a safe place to nest. For this project, you'll need an empty tin can, bamboo napkin rings or short bamboo tubes, jute twine, and a hot glue gun. Start by cleaning the tin can thoroughly and removing any sharp edges. Fill the inside tightly with the bamboo rings or tubes, making sure they all face the same direction. The hollow centers create perfect nesting spaces for solitary bees. Once the can is packed, wrap the outside with natural jute twine, securing it with hot glue as you go. This not only gives the project a rustic farmhouse appearance, but also helps the metal blend naturally into your garden. Attach a sturdy loop of twine or wire to the back and hang the bee hotel in a quiet location that receives gentle morning sunlight and stays dry during heavy rain. A fence, garden shed, or wooden post works perfectly. Over time, you may notice tiny bees exploring the tubes and eventually using them as nesting chambers. Unlike honeybees, solitary bees are extremely gentle, rarely sting, and are outstanding pollinators for vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, and flowering plants. Besides supporting your garden's ecosystem, the bee hotel becomes an attractive decorative feature that sparks conversation and shows visitors you're creating a backyard that's beautiful and environmentally friendly. Sometimes the smallest DIY projects make the biggest impact, not just for your garden, but for the wildlife that depends on it. Number 11. DIY tiered garden fountain. Nothing adds a sense of peace to a garden quite like the gentle sound of flowing water. The good news is, you don't need an expensive stone fountain to enjoy that relaxing atmosphere. With a few Dollar Tree items and a small water pump, you can build your own elegant centerpiece for a fraction of the cost. Start by gathering 3 plastic bowls in different sizes. Arrange them from largest to smallest, stacking them into a tiered design. Secure each bowl with a strong waterproof adhesive, making sure everything is centered and stable before moving on. Next, install a small submersible water pump inside the bottom bowl. Feed the tubing up through the center so water can flow from the top tier and gently cascade down through each level. Now it's time to make it look like a real garden fountain. Cover the edges with smooth river stones, decorative pebbles, or small pieces of slate. Add a few Dollar Tree faux water lilies, floating flowers, or trailing greenery around the bowls to soften the plastic edges and create a natural appearance. Fill the fountain with clean water and switch on the pump. Within seconds, you'll hear the soothing trickle of moving water, instantly transforming your patio, deck, or garden corner into a peaceful retreat. The gentle sound helps mask traffic noise, attracts curious birds, and creates a relaxing environment that's perfect for enjoying your morning coffee or unwinding after a long day. For an even more dramatic display, place a waterproof solar spotlight beneath the fountain or shine a warm LED light onto the flowing water at night. The reflections create a beautiful shimmering effect that makes the entire feature look far more luxurious than its modest price tag suggests. Sometimes all it takes is the sound of moving water to make an ordinary backyard feel like a private garden oasis. Number 12. Self-watering wine bottle planter. Keeping your plants watered during hot summer days can be a challenge, especially if you're away from home. Fortunately, this clever Dollar Tree DIY creates a simple self-watering system that helps your plants stay hydrated while adding a touch of rustic charm to your garden. You'll need an empty wine bottle, a Dollar Tree plastic funnel, sturdy twine or wire, and a planter filled with moisture-loving flowers or herbs. Begin by thoroughly washing the bottle and removing the label. Fill it with fresh water, then insert the small plastic funnel snugly into the bottle opening. The funnel helps slow the flow of water, allowing it to drip gradually instead of pouring out all at once. Carefully turn the bottle upside down and suspend it above your planter using decorative wire, macrame cord, or heavy-duty twine. Position the funnel so it sits just above the soil surface. As the soil begins to dry, small amounts of water slowly drip into the planter, providing consistent moisture throughout the day. This steady watering method helps reduce stress on plants, especially during long stretches of hot weather. To make the display even more attractive, decorate the bottle before hanging it. Wrap the neck with jute twine. Paint the glass with frosted spray paint, or glue on decorative glass gems for a colorful accent. At first glance, most people won't even realize it's a watering system. They'll think it's simply an elegant piece of garden decor. For larger container gardens, create several matching bottles and arrange them in different heights. Together, they become both a functional irrigation system and a beautiful decorative feature. It's a perfect example of how recycling everyday items can save time, conserve water, and make your garden look even more creative. Number 13. Elevated Pet Feeding Station. Your garden isn't just for plants. It's also a place where your pets love to spend time. Instead of leaving food and water bowls scattered on the ground, create a stylish feeding station that looks organized while making mealtime more comfortable for your furry companions. For this project, you'll need a Dollar Tree serving tray, 2 stainless steel pet bowls, a pair of recycled bricks or wooden blocks, outdoor paint, and a strong adhesive. Start by painting the tray to match your outdoor decor. Soft farmhouse white, charcoal gray, or natural sage green all blend beautifully with most patios and gardens. Once the paint has dried completely, seal it with a clear protective finish to help it withstand outdoor conditions. Next, position the recycled bricks or wooden blocks beneath the tray to raise it several inches off the ground. This simple adjustment helps reduce strain on your pet's neck while eating and keeps dirt, leaves, and insects from easily finding their way into the bowls. Place the 2 stainless steel bowls on top, one for food and one for fresh water. To prevent them from sliding around, add small rubber pads underneath or secure them with removable adhesive strips. Want to make it even more charming? Decorate the tray with your pet's name using stencils, vinyl lettering, or hand-painted designs. You can also add paw prints, bones, or playful patterns around the edges to create a custom feeding station that feels both personal and professional. Set the finished station on your patio, porch, or in a shaded corner of the garden. Not only does it keep everything neat and organized, but it also creates a dedicated space where your pet can relax and enjoy mealtime in comfort. It's a simple Dollar Tree DIY that proves thoughtful design isn't just for people. Our 4-legged family members deserve a little style too. Number 14. Cozy Outdoor Cat Retreat. Every garden has a peaceful corner, and with a few Dollar Tree supplies, you can turn that space into a comfortable retreat your cat will absolutely love. It's simple, inexpensive, and gives your furry friend a cool place to relax while enjoying the fresh air. Start with a sturdy plastic laundry basket from Dollar Tree. Turn it on its side or leave it upright, depending on the size of your cat. Line the inside with a thick folded towel, a soft fleece blanket, or an old cushion to create a warm and comfortable bed. Next, choose the perfect location. Place the basket somewhere shaded, under a tree, beneath a covered patio, beside a porch, or under a large umbrella. Keeping the bed out of direct afternoon sunlight helps your cat stay cool during hot summer days. For even more comfort, drape a lightweight outdoor fabric or breathable cloth over part of the basket to create a cozy hideaway. Cats naturally feel safer in partially enclosed spaces, and the added shade makes the retreat even more inviting. Want to make it extra special? Place a small Dollar Tree artificial plant beside the basket, Add a decorative welcome sign or surround the area with potted flowers to blend the shelter into your garden design. You can even place a shallow bowl of fresh water nearby so your cat always has a cool drink while relaxing outdoors. The finished retreat looks less like a laundry basket and more like a charming little garden cottage designed especially for your pet. Visitors will smile when they spot your cat peacefully lounging in its own private hideaway. Sometimes the smallest DIY projects aren't about making your garden more beautiful. They're about making it feel more welcoming for every member of the family. Number 15. Hand-painted ladybug garden stones. Sometimes it's the smallest details that make a garden feel truly alive. These adorable ladybug stones take just a few minutes to create, but they add cheerful pops of color that make flower beds and planters feel playful and welcoming. All you need are smooth rocks, red, black, and white acrylic paint, a few paint brushes, and a clear outdoor sealer. Start by washing and drying each stone thoroughly. Paint the entire surface bright red and allow it to dry completely before adding any details. Next, paint a bold black line down the center to separate the wings. Add several black dots on each side, then finish with a rounded black head. Tiny white eyes with small black pupils instantly bring each little ladybug to life. Once the paint has dried, spray each stone with a clear weatherproof sealer. This protects the colors from fading in the sun and helps them withstand rain, allowing them to brighten your garden season after season. Now comes the creative part. Nestle the ladybugs beneath flowering plants, tuck them between hostas, place them along stepping stones, or hide them among succulents for visitors to discover. They also look wonderful, grouped around the base of large containers, creating the illusion that a family of ladybugs has moved into your garden. If children or grandchildren visit often, hide several throughout the yard and turn them into a fun outdoor scavenger hunt. It's an easy way to encourage kids to explore nature while adding a little extra magic to your landscape. These painted stones require no watering, no maintenance, and they'll never wilt. Yet they instantly bring smiles, personality, and a handcrafted charm that expensive garden decor often can't match. Sometimes, all it takes is one tiny splash of color to make an entire garden feel happier. Number 16. Cute Bumblebee Garden Rocks. Ladybugs aren't the only creatures that can bring personality to your garden. These cheerful bumblebee rocks add bright pops of color while celebrating one of nature's most important pollinators. To make them, gather several smooth stones along with yellow, black, and white acrylic paint, a fine detail brush, and a clear outdoor sealer. Begin by painting each rock a rich, sunny yellow. Apply 2 thin coats if necessary to achieve a bright, even finish. Once completely dry, paint 2 or 3 bold black stripes across the stone to create the classic bumblebee pattern. Next, add a small black face at one end. Tiny white eyes with black pupils instantly give each bee a friendly expression. If you'd like to make them even more realistic, paint delicate white wings on the top using a fine brush, then lightly outline them with soft gray for added dimension. After everything is dried, seal the rocks with a weatherproof clear coat. This helps protect the colors from fading under intense sunlight and keeps your little bees looking vibrant through changing seasons. Now it's time to place them around the garden. Scatter them among flowering plants that naturally attract pollinators, such as lavender, salvia, echinacea, black-eyed Susans, or coneflowers. You can also line them along garden paths, nestle them beneath shrubs, or display them inside decorative containers. For even more visual impact, combine the bee rocks with your ladybug stones from the previous project. Together, they create a charming miniature insect world hidden throughout the garden, giving visitors delightful surprises as they explore your landscape. These colorful little bees never fly away, never sting, and never need any care, but they constantly remind everyone just how important pollinators are to a healthy, thriving garden. Sometimes the smallest decorations tell the biggest story. Number 17. Recycled Garden Turtle. If you're looking for a fun weekend project that both kids and adults can enjoy, this adorable garden turtle is guaranteed to become one of the most photographed decorations in your yard. Best of all, it's made almost entirely from recycled materials and a few Dollar Tree supplies. You'll need a large plastic bowl, 4 old CDs or pieces of sturdy plastic, green outdoor paint, googly eyes, and a strong adhesive. Start by turning the plastic bowl upside down. This becomes the turtle's shell. Cut the old CDs into 4 equal sections to create sturdy legs. Glue each piece securely underneath the bowl, spacing them evenly so the turtle sits flat on the ground. Next, cut a small head and tail from leftover plastic or craft foam and attach them to the front and back of the shell. Once the structure is complete, paint everything with outdoor green acrylic paint. Now it's time to bring your turtle to life. Use darker green paint to add shell patterns like hexagons or natural scutes across the top. Then glue on 2 large googly eyes and paint a small smiling mouth for a friendly expression. If you want an even more realistic look, lightly dry brush different shades of green and brown over the shell to create texture and depth. After sealing everything with a clear weatherproof finish, place your turtle among flowers, beside a pond, underneath shrubs, or near stepping stones. It looks as though it's slowly wandering through the garden. For an even more charming display, make 2 or 3 turtles in different sizes and arrange them together as a little turtle family. Add a few painted ladybug and bee rocks nearby, and you've created a whimsical corner that feels straight out of a storybook. This project proves that ordinary recycled materials can become delightful works of garden art with just a little imagination. Visitors of every age will stop, smile, and wonder where you found such a charming decoration. Number 18. Rustic Hanging Owl Decoration. Every garden needs a surprise, something that catches the eye and makes visitors smile. This rustic owl decoration does exactly that, adding woodland charm while making your outdoor space feel warm and inviting. To create it, you'll need a Dollar Tree plastic or wooden plate, several bottle caps, assorted buttons, twine, strong glue, and a little imagination. Start by using the plate as the owl's body. Paint it in earthy shades like brown, tan, or soft gray. Then lightly dry brush a darker color around the edges to give it a weathered, rustic appearance. Now bring your owl to life. Glue 2 large bottle caps near the top of the plate to form oversized eyes. Inside each cap, glue colorful buttons or wooden beads for pupils. The larger the eyes, the more expressive and charming your owl becomes. For the beak, cut a small triangle from craft foam or wood and paint it bright orange or golden yellow before attaching it between the eyes. Create wings using layered burlap, felt, wooden leaves, or overlapping buttons. Mixing different textures makes the owl look handcrafted and full of character rather than store-bought. To add even more personality, glue small twigs around the edges to resemble feathers, or create tiny feet from pieces of jute rope. Once everything has dried, attach a sturdy loop of twine to the back and hang your owl from a tree branch, garden arbor, pergola, or wooden fence. As it gently sways in the breeze, it becomes a whimsical focal point that blends beautifully with flowers, shrubs, and climbing vines. It looks especially magical tucked into a quiet garden corner where visitors unexpectedly discover it. For an even more enchanting display, make several owls in different sizes and colors. Hang them throughout your garden to create the feeling that a family of wise woodland guardians is quietly watching over your plants. Sometimes, the decorations people remember most aren't the biggest. They're the ones filled with creativity, personality, and a touch of handmade magic. Number 19. Boho Macrame Plant Hanger. If your patio or porch feels a little crowded, one of the easiest ways to add greenery without taking up floor space is by hanging your plants. This Dollar Tree DIY gives ordinary planters a stylish boho makeover while creating beautiful layers of greenery at eye level. You'll need Dollar Tree cotton rope or thick twine, scissors, a metal ring or wooden ring, and a small flower pot. Start by cutting 4 equal lengths of rope, each about 4 feet long. Fold them in half and loop them through the ring, creating 8 hanging strands. Separate the ropes into pairs and begin tying simple square knots about 6 inches below the ring. Continue making another row of knots slightly lower, this time connecting neighboring strands together. This creates the signature woven pattern that gives macrame its elegant appearance. Repeat the process until you've formed a sturdy cradle large enough to hold your planter securely. Gather all the ropes beneath the pot and tie one large finishing knot. Trim the ends evenly or leave them long to create decorative tassels that gently sway in the breeze. Now personalize your creation. Use natural jute for a rustic farmhouse look, white cotton rope for a clean modern style, or dye sections of the rope with earthy greens, soft browns, or warm terracotta tones to match your outdoor decor. Place a trailing plant such as pothos, ivy, string of pearls, or cascading petunias inside the hanger. As the vines grow downward through the woven ropes, the entire display becomes even more beautiful over time. Hang several finished macrame planters at different heights from a pergola, porch ceiling, tree branch, or shepherd's hook. The varying heights create depth, movement, and a professionally designed appearance that instantly transforms even a small patio into a cozy garden retreat. It's amazing how a few dollars worth of rope can make your outdoor space feel like something straight out of a home and garden magazine. Number 20. Magical Gnome Village Planter. Saving the most enchanting idea for last, this Dollar Tree DIY transforms an ordinary flower pot into a tiny storybook world that captures everyone's imagination. It's the kind of project that children adore and adults can't help stopping to admire. Start with a medium or large planter and fill it with fresh potting soil. Choose a few low-growing plants such as moss, creeping thyme, baby tears, or miniature succulents to create the look of a tiny forest floor. Now it's time to build your miniature village. Arrange Dollar Tree fairy garden accessories like tiny gnomes, mushrooms, woodland animals, miniature fences, and small benches throughout the planter. Instead of placing everything in one spot, spread the pieces around naturally to create the feeling of a lived-in little community. Use decorative pebbles to form winding pathways between the houses and figurines. Add small pieces of bark to resemble bridges, and tuck preserved moss around the edges to make the landscape feel lush and realistic. For an extra touch of magic, weave a strand of battery-powered micro-LED fairy lights through the display. As evening falls, the tiny lights softly illuminate the village, making it appear as though the little gnomes have just turned on their lanterns for the night. You can even change the decorations throughout the year. Add miniature pumpkins in autumn, tiny Christmas trees during the holidays, colorful flowers in spring, or beach accessories for summer. The same planter becomes a completely different scene with every season. Place your finished gnome village near your front porch, beside a garden path, or on a patio table where visitors can easily appreciate all the tiny details. People won't just glance at it, they'll lean in for a closer look, discovering something new every time. And that's the true beauty of Dollar Tree Garden DIYs. They aren't about spending more money. They're about seeing ordinary items in extraordinary ways and creating a garden that's filled with personality, creativity, and memories. Those are 20 incredible Dollar Tree Garden DIY projects that prove you don't need a huge budget to create a stunning outdoor space. Sometimes, the most beautiful gardens are built with creativity, imagination, and a willingness to see potential in everyday items. Which project inspired you the most? Was it the glowing mason jar lanterns, the miniature gnome village, the cascading hanging baskets, or one of the many creative recycled planters? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what you're planning to build first. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next collection of affordable garden ideas, clever Dollar Tree finds, and easy DIY projects. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep creating, keep growing, and keep making your garden a place you'll love spending time in. See you in the next video.